Okay, so assembly of the 1.5 by 1.5 sandpit. So first of all, you have four sides which make the initial box of the sandpit. Two of the sides are slightly shorter and two of the sides are slightly longer. The two shorter sides, the block is flush with the end. The two longer sides you'll see is inset slightly. So what you're going to do is going to take one short side and one long side, and we'll just come over here and you're going to pop them together like this. So you'll see the flush short side is just going to slot straight into that gap, just like that, and that'll make sense because on the outside here there's the drilled and countersunk holes, which will line up with that block and screw in there. So I've just gone ahead and popped a screw just in that top hole there, just line it up flush on the top, just to hold that corner for now. We're going to grab our other short side, same thing. We're just going to slot it straight into that gap there. Same thing, holes are drilled and countersunk on the outside. I'm going to pop a screw in that hole there. So just screw in the top hole, just making sure the top's flush, screw in the top hole to hold it. And then we've got the final side there, which we're just going to, again, we're just going to slot straight on there. So both ends are together, and same thing, we're just going to pop a screw in that top hole, Alright, so that's the box of the sandpit. Just sitting there. What we're going to do next is we're just going to square corner to corner. Just make sure the box is square before we go putting everything on top. The measurement is 2/120 roughly, give or take a few millimeters from corner to corner, and depending how you hold your tape measure. So get that square and sitting right, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put all the screws in every corner, and that one, and those two over there, and that will get that box complete and sturdy, and then we'll move on to the next step. Right, so next step, we've got these two pieces here, which are two boards attached together with these smaller blocks. So the inside of these boards is the edge which the block is flush with. So if I pick this block up, this board up, that's going to slot straight in there like that. As you can see, that block is flush with this this inside edge, and that'll tuck in there nicely, just pushes hard back. Line it up flush on the ends, on the back side and the other end. Once you've got it seated nice and centered, you can go ahead and install all 8 screws, 4 on each end and the 2 there and there. So 10 screws total will complete that board. Go ahead with the opposite side and do the exact same thing. Okay, so next we're going to do the lid assembly. So you're going to have 4 pieces left, 2 with hinges on both sides, and then these 2 here with the handles as well. Okay, so we're going to select 1 piece each of the lid, one being the hinge and the other one being the part here with the handle on the back. So lay the handle down so that's sitting on the ground like this, and then we're going to take this piece with the 3 hinges and the block screwed facing upwards, and we're going to slide that onto here with the hinges laying along this edge. So it'll be the edge with the 3 hinges onto the top of here. Okay, so this is the 2 bits butted together. So as you can see, the 3 hinges are up on the top there, so we're just going to go ahead and make sure that we center this piece here against this piece, making sure it's relatively flush on both ends, so that when the lid closes we get a nice straight line. You can run a straight edge down the edge if you like and get them nice and lined up. So from there we're going to screw these hinges, making sure that that's butted nice and tight into that other board the whole way along, and we're going to screw these 3 hinges into this board here. Now best practice would be to use a 3 to 4mm bit and pre-drill through these holes, just through this top board. That's best practice. You don't have to, but it is going to minimize any potential splitting when you put these screws in. So it's up to you whether you do that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll screw those 3 hinges in, and then we're going to repeat the exact same thing and do it for the other 2 pieces that we have there, until we've got 2 assembled lid pieces. Okay, so once you've got these 2 pieces screwed together, and then you've done that for the other 2 pieces over here as well, with all those hinges screwed in, we're going to pick this up, we're going to flip it over, and we're going to place it onto here. So the 2 hinges, these 2 hinges there and there are going to be on here. So if we pick this up, the handle side is going to be up. So the handle side's up, the 2 hinges, just flick those up there and there and slide this into place. Those 2 hinges will screw down onto the boards there and there. So line these up, make sure that the edge is lined up there and over here so it's nice and centered. And then you're going to go ahead, and again it's best practice to pre-drill these holes. You don't have to, but I'm just telling you best practice, and put 3 screws in each of those hinges. Cool, so once you've centered that piece and screwed your hinges in, that there is essentially one side complete. You'll be able to grab the handle and check by pulling that open, and that converts into your first side of seating. So we'll go ahead and we'll do the same thing, install that side, and then show you the finished product. Cool, so once you've got those 2 pieces installed, that's the sandpit complete as far as the assembly of it goes. The gap through the center is completely normal. It allows for expansion of the timber when it gets wet. Yeah, pull them both open, check their operation, they'll be working well. The sandpit came with a liner as well, so put that down on the ground inside of it, and then yeah, you're ready to fill it with sand and have fun. Enjoy.